Guys, welcome back to another video. So it's late night here as I'm sitting to record this one. Spent the day getting a lot of sun and exercise, good food, did a little production, little music, little creation, and of course, some meditation. And in today's video, we're gonna talk to you about how to create from alignment versus ego. And this is a question that I get actually pretty often, which is like, how do you know if you are creating from a place of ego or a place of alignment? How do you know if an idea that you're getting, a business pursuit, or a photo to post on Instagram, or whether you're in just any sort of like creative zone, how do you know if it's coming from God or is it coming from your little self, your ego? And so the first thing to answer here, the first aspect of this is very simple, and it comes from how you feel when you're in the act. So as I'm recording this, here's like an example. As you can see, I'm pretty relaxed, very relaxed actually. It feels good to record this video. I have a state of like peace and joy and harmony in like the place that I'm coming from as I'm like sharing these words with you. And I feel that in my body. Now, when I'm doing something that is from ego, like let's say I'm trying to put myself to a time where I was really like this, I would say like 2019, 2020, after like a pretty harsh sort of breakup, getting cheated on, all that kind of stuff, I was very in like a mindset of like managing my image and managing what other people think of me. So what I would do is I would go out and I would take a photo or I would record a video like this. But even as I was talking, I was really worried about like, I wasn't really thinking about how I was feeling. I was more so worried about how other people would receive it. In the back of my mind, or, as I was talking, it would be like a conscious, constant thing that was happening. What does somebody else think of this? What is this person gonna think? What are they gonna think? Well, girls like this. If I were to post a photo on Instagram, it would be like, I wouldn't post it because I felt good. I would take the photo, look at it, try to see like, does it have all these like 48 laws of power things on it? And then will this photo make other people like me? Will this video make other people like me? And it's very attention and reaction seeking. So that's what you don't want. What you want to do is you want to post from a paradigm of feel, act. I'll explain feel, act in a moment, but if you're enjoying this video, click the link in the description or just go to 8amapp.com. You'll probably be a good fit to apply for 8am World. Now, if you're someone who's ambitious, who's into these kinds of topics, creativity, spirituality, becoming a better, more talented entrepreneur, artist, and getting aligned so that you can contribute to the world, and you're the only ambitious person in your friend group that's doing that, then you need a better group of friends. You need a better group, better circle. And that's what 8am World is. So it is a network of creatives, entrepreneurs, visionaries, people into AI. We have weekly masterminds like strategy labs where we talk about how to use the latest tech. We have meetups around the world. We had one I'm here in Bali right now. We had one here a couple weeks ago, and it's a global network. So you'll meet people that will help you level up, potentially business partners, potentially someone that you just become best friends with. So that's 8am World. Click the link in the description or DM me on Instagram, just the words 8am World to apply. Now, what is the feel act paradigm? So the feel act paradigm is basically you get an inner urge. Energy comes up through your chakra system from the base root chakra, up your spine, into your brain as an insight, or it just kind of comes as a download. But something comes up and you want to say it, you want to do it, you want to speak it into the world. But you don't do it. Why? Because you're not feeling it. You're thinking. So feel act is you feel an urge to do something, to say something, to create something and film it and put it into the world. You film it, you don't think about it, and you post it. It felt good. You followed the feeling, you followed the alignment. It spawned from within you, from God. And then you took that video and you put it out there, you posted it. So when you're in perception management, when you're in state management, when you're in the ego, you can't do that. You're not paying attention to, you do feel, there is a feeling, but there's a blockage, right? So you feel, I want to record a video. You start recording, you're like, how do I look? How do I sound? Oh, I said, oh shit. Oh, I paused too long. Oh, and then you start over, and then you start over, and then you film it, and then you watch it again, and you're like, oh, I can't post this. Look how weird my eyebrow looks. Oh, look how weird, the whatever. I look weird. I sound weird. My voice is whatever. So that's the ego. That's the ego. It's very worried about what other people think of the little self. That's the ego. So the key is to step into the feel act paradigm. Now, the thing about the feel act paradigm and how to really leverage it is that all of this stems from meditation. And that being said, it's much less about what you're doing than it is about the place at which you're coming from when you're doing that thing, the energy that you're coming from, and if you meditated that day or not. That's really it. Like if you meditate first thing in the morning, like I emphasize in all these videos, and you have proper meditation technique, and you download the 8 a.m. Ascension Scrolls, which you can get by just filling out the 8 a.m. application at 8amapp.com, or just DM me 8 a.m. Scrolls on Instagram or 8 a.m. Manual, and I show you proper meditation technique. It's free. If you practice proper meditation and you develop this consistent, ever new joy that starts to emanate from your soul, and you do this on a regular basis, then everything that you do throughout the rest of the day carries this energy of like peace and harmony and joy. It's absolutely unbelievable, and beauty and love. And like, just to tell you a quick anecdote here, I'm in Bali right now, and I've been here for about 6 weeks, and the people, the Balinese workers here, they are so kind. They're so nice. They're so giving. And today there was one of the workers who was saying he heard that I was checking out tomorrow. And I said, yeah, I know, I'm going to miss you. His name's Adi. It's like, I'm going to miss you, Adi. And he's just been so helpful and like driven us a lot of places and just been so nice. And so I got like $20 and I tipped him, which is a lot of money in Indonesia. And he was just so grateful. He gave me a hug, and I came inside to my apartment here. I just started bawling my eyes out. I was just like, just like the beauty of like that, and I really believe like that all this stems from just like this constant state of like upliftment and joy and beauty and harmony. It stems from meditation, starting your day with peace and harmony and joy and connecting to the peace of God, which you can really only do and like set your tone for the day in meditation. When you do that, everything that you start doing becomes less from ego because it's coming from God. You're being taken over by the energy of, as the Christians would say, let go, let God, right? So when your energy is, you're moving the ego out of the way and you're letting this peace, this joy, this harmony take over. It's not you, it's not the little self. The little self isn't there anymore. It's just this peace that's speaking through you. It's the peace of God, the voice of God that's speaking through you. And meditation is how you clear out the ego. So like my notes here, I wrote, ego steps back, intuition takes the wheel. And afterwards, this is another really common thing from creating from a place of alignment. I even feel it right now. It feels, I don't have to think, it feels as though something bigger than me is speaking through me. And afterwards, I'll often experience this for years because I've been filming videos for years and I've been a vehicle for this bigger God energy to speak through me, is that I look back at some of these videos and I'm like, how did I even come up with that? I didn't plan that. I don't know where that came from. I sound extremely charismatic. It's just like, how did I do that? I experience this a lot with like more artistic videos, especially as well, when I get into like a deep flow state. Or like when I make music and like I get into a deep flow state and I like get into like this crazy thing and I'll listen to the song later. I'm like, how did I do that? I have no idea how I did that. I couldn't do that right now if I tried. So yeah, it's this sense of like being used by a higher intelligence. So how do you actually do this? Well, as I said, you have to start your mornings in meditation. And you want to let this peace be your operating system, and let peace and joy just like govern your day. And typically I've found like if you're able to like infuse your peace and joy like into things, then it makes them more enriching, even if it's like something menial or annoying that you have to do. Like, even if it's like an email you have to write, it's like, well, I meditated today, I'm feeling peaceful and joyful. Let's just see if I can continue this peace and joy through this email that I have to write. So, yeah, that's that's the morning practice, is just meditation. And again, just message me on Instagram, 8 a.m. scrolls or 8 a.m. manual, and I will send you the kind of guide of how to do that. So this is another, important thing, related to this concept of like creating from ego versus alignment. And the whole idea is about this idea of surrender. So surrender is essentially, there's two types of surrender. There's surrendering to the outside circumstances. Like, for example, as I said, I'm in Bali right now. There's this war in the Middle East that's been happening. As of right now, there's like a ceasefire, but our flight got like disrupted and canceled. That's something that had absolutely nothing to do with me. Like we were supposed to fly through Qatar, but then Qatar had missiles go at it. So it's like, there's all this airspace trouble. So that's external. That's external surrender. I had to surrender to that and accept that we had to change, do a different airplane, fly a different airline through a different city. So that's like one thing. The next thing is internal surrender. So internal surrender is like when you feel something, you feel an urge to act, and then you act. You feel, and then you act. Feel something coming in, coming up from within, and then you act on it. And that's internal surrender. And so something that comes with this like internal surrender is like it's trusting. Because often, like when you feel the urge to do something, it might actually also be a little bit scary. Like it might be a little bit scary to say something, to speak your truth. But if you actually trust it, you'll often find that like typically, I've found this like 1,000,000 times out of 1,000,000, like what you have anxiety about, what you fear, is typically worse in imagination than it is in reality. So this is especially true with just speaking your truth, like just saying what you feel authentically, saying it at a loud volume. It's a lot less scary than what you think it's actually going to be. So that's that's really important. Now, I think another thing that's interesting about this is like how this applies to like charisma. And I used to talk a lot about like networking and communication and all that, but one thing that I really believe in, and I've believed in for years, is that like the frequency that you're in when you're creating a video like this is the frequency that the viewer will feel. So this is why it's so interesting, all this AI content that's coming out, because it's obviously coming from like a soulless entity that's producing just mindless, soulless content. But I'm recording this and I have like a soul, and I feel really good. I feel really harmonized, and I'm just like sharing it with you. And so it is interesting to think about how that's received and how people will receive you when you're in a state of peace and harmony versus when you're in a state of restlessness, anxiety, or wondering about how people will think of you. It's a very weird energy to throw at people when you're reaction seeking. So yeah, that's it. That's the main messages for this video. I hope this was useful. If you enjoyed it, you should listen or watch some of the other ones on this channel. And you should apply to 8 a.m. World. If you're looking for a network of killers, of people guys that are leveling up, talking art, spirituality, using new AI, and especially if you're someone who feels like you're the only one in your friend group that wants to level up, or if you're someone that just is isolated in their entrepreneurial or creative journey, you need a network of brothers that are constantly pushing each other, constantly traveling, building, thinking creatively. And that's what I'm building with 8am World. It's a new way to live. Go to 8amapp.com, message me on Instagram, 8am World. Apply, get the 8am manual, 8am Ascension manual. See you guys in the next video. Peace.